We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Got it.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Let's go.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Richard. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Switch it. Showing it.
5.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. Even. 4 down, even.
Go.
From the gun, Herbert, and that's complete to Lewis. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
30 base.
59.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready,
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Hey, orbit.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now.
2nd and 6. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, exit.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, come on, now. Come on, now.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Here on 61. Matchbox light.
Set. Check 9. Check 13. Check 13.
Hey, Sam off. 2.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A gain there of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Ready?
Watching you five. Defense wins chip.
What? Squeeze.
Slam.
Ready?
They go play action here on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Fair.
36.
80 weapon.
Patch it. Check nickel. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
5.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And the Colts first down.
Break.
Come on, guys, 55.
You're small.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the screen. Pass.
Lead grip.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Go.
Watch the ship. Big dance.
Hey, go.
Hey, check 25.
Go.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. It's picked up by the Titans. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
59, Mike the 59. Bend it.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
21 yards there on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 50, plant. You must be dreaming. Go, go.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Second and 5. It's complete. It's Miller. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Set up. 18 Gator.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jalen Richard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 14-0.
14. Colts, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Back to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 2. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Check right. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
You ready? You ready?
Go. Hey, Delta. Watch it now.
They're going to look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the ground, Richard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 14. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Herbert. Room to run inside the 40. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Richard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
The Titans on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd down and 12.
Bravo.
53. 50.
From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Ready up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Jalen Richard. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The handoff running left to Shard. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 43 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is Miller, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So getting the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run the toss to Barber. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Peyton Barber. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point put through by Succop. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go!
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready, 90 Wolf.
On first down, Richard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a third and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Scott Miller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point try now for Succop. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Next score, Titans 28, Colts nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Harold Landry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Hilton, and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
At the 25-yard line.
Set up. 50, plant.
Check, 53's Mike.
It's coming this way, Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
On 1st down, Herbert. It's caught. It's Miller. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Complete to Scott Miller. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They go right back to Mack, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll drop to throw. Big hold to the 30. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
1st down, Indianapolis.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
set. 60 or.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Let go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. 55's mine, guys. 55.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
Hit it.
They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
The Titans take over first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Mike to 59.
Come on, D. Now.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
55 to Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh.
And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee.
Ready.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, third and long.
Shoot.
And surprisingly, they take a knee. I have no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
No gain on the play there, second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
What we got?
First down, Brissett. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give them 32 on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Levante David has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over first and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Titans. Scott Miller, 94 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Suckup for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Titans 35, Colts nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett eluding the pressure right. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Brissett now. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
At their own 27-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Brissett on the keeper. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Don't let him free. Play that tight D. Don't let him free, defense.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Jeffrey Simmons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Being chased out left. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Hey, defense, let's go.
On first down, Richard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. On third down, Richard finding room to the 20, and finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.